Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Kumar Battena. So, our presentation is titled Have you ever seen my Bulldozer? This case study focuses on a mining road project where a major celebrations quickly turned into a serious project failure. The main point of this case is the risk management and quality management can't be treated as separate paperwork exercise. There must be a connected verification and executed through the project. See, the purpose of the presentation is to explain what happened, why it happens, and why still the project management should be next. We will also discuss whether the risk was managed properly, the short-term and long-term impact on the project, how integrating risk and the quality process could be presented the incident. Also, this project involved building the 3-mile roads to new open of the 1.3 miles had been completed successfully. Because this was major milestone, the company organized public events and the senior leadership officially. And the plan has been Cat D11T Bulldozer to drive through the ribbon and begin phase 2. The next slide gonna be explained by my teammate. Thank you.
Hi all, my name is Renata and we are going to present now the Project Risk Management Team Project. We are group 6. And I will begin in saying that if I were Jill, my first priority would not be the bulldozer. It would be the people. I would immediately ensure the operation is safe, secure the area, and stop all work until the site has been assessed. Safety must always come first. Next, I would activate the project's incident response plan by notifying senior management, the insurance provider, and any required regulatory agencies, while documenting the incident and communicating clearly with stakeholders. I would then launch a formal root cause investigation. The objective is not to assign blame, but to understand why the quality process failed. Although soil testing was required in the project plan, the engineer relied on a helicopter flyover instead, and there was no verification that the required testing had actually been completed. After that, I would assess the impact on the project schedule, budget, insurance, and environmental compliance. Then develop a recovery plan and update the risk register. Finally, I would implement corrective actions by strengthening quality assurance, requiring documented verification and independent approval of critical inspections. This case shows that identifying risk is not enough. Successful projects depend on ensuring that planned risk responses are actually executed and verified. Now we are passing for the second slide, and I will pass for my colleague to continue. Thank you.
I think Gil did something correctly because the risk was already included in the project plan, and the team collected some soil samples. However, the planning isn't enough if no one checks that the work is actually finished. The engineer skipped the corn test because he believed the ground was stable from the helicopter flyover. Gil could have reduced this risk by verifying the test result, asking for written approval from the engineer, and making sure all the quality checks were finished before allowing the bulldozer onto. For the short term, the company lose an expensive bulldozer, the project got delayed, and there are some actual recovery and replacement costs. Since the accident happened during the public event, it also created negative publicity, and for the long term, the company's reputation and the stakeholder trust must be affected. The future project may face higher costs because of stricter safety requirement. To reduce this impact, the team should make sure all inspections are completed before the work begins, improve some communications between the risk and the quality team, closely monitor high risk areas, and use this incident as a lesson to improve future project management.
Hello, I will take over from here for question 4. So, do companies manage risk and quality differently in external project versus external projects? So, my answer is definitely yes, absolutely, and more importantly, this difference is exactly what caused the bulldozers to sink in our sink in our project, in our case study. So let me explain why. So on external projects, those with like paying clients, formal contracts, and legal obligations, so the rules are definitely more clear. So if you like deliver late, you'll pay penalties, and if the quality fails, you definitely lose the client. So your reputation is definitely on the line. And so what happens is that the teams become disciplines, and the process are followed, and also audits are more frequently. So risk register like reviewed weekly or monthly, and also quick quality checks are signed off by like multiple people and managers in the company. So in short, like rigorous is like more non-negotiable. And now let's look at like internal projects. So these are projects for your own company or just for you. So no clients is suing you and chasing you. So no contract has like penalty clauses, and which this creates a dangerous mindset. So no one is like, it's just for me, so no one will check it. So this is where assumptions replace data, and this is where shortcuts become acceptable, and also it is exactly what happened in our case study. So the geographic engineer, he skipped the mandatory core test, and because he just flew over the dribble and flew over the terrain and saw the field was like stable enough, and he just made an assumption and no one just challenged him, so there's cost like $2 million bulldozer just sank out of sight. So the bulldozer incident was not an external project failure, it was like internal project, but it has like external visibilities. So what we should learn from it is just we should not manage project based on what the client, based on who the client is. We should manage them because of based on like the risk portfolio of the project that we have made ahead of time. Thank you. I'll pass over to Gabriel.
Hello everyone. How does one learn to integrate project risk and the quality process most often? Is this sufficient? Organizations learn to integrate risk and the quality in different ways. They learn from the past project, follow the project process, and provide training for the team. But this is not enough. It is important to make sure that everyone followed the plan during the project. In this case, the project had a risk management plan and a quality process. However, the soil test was not completed. Because of this, the bulldozer sank into the ground, causing delays, financial loss, and damage to the company's reputation. The main lesson from this case is simple. Planning is important, but execution is even more important. When the risk and the quality work together, project safe and more successful. Thank you.